where is the level where I would buy the dip. I told you this level needs to hold, putting in a Wyckoff accumulation schematic. There is a high probability to get rejected from it. Is right now the right time to buy the dip, or do we still need to wait for lower levels? That is something that we need to talk about today, because I will show you what I believe is going to happen and why we might be really, really close to a massive, massive move. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here once again to the AMCrypto channel. Let me start off with something that I was preparing for quite a long time. If you're currently in my Telegram channel, I am going to close this channel. Now you're wondering most likely, why am I going to do this? Really, really simple. There are some people here that know me from way before when I had my YouTube channel, and I had a Telegram channel at the time, and they remember how close we were to each other, how much alpha I was sharing in the Telegram channel. I was basically grinding 24/7, and only when I was sleeping I was not posting or in front of the computer in the last bull run. I want to go back to the old days and provide you with more alpha, more free signals, more live streams within the Telegram channel, a weekly call in the Telegram channel, and so much more alpha is coming your way. The only thing that you need to do for that is click on the new Telegram link that I'm gonna post after I publish this video in the description and in the pin comment below, guys. Only this link and the other Telegram group before. If you are still in there, you can leave. This group will be closed by the 7th of October. And in a minute, I'm gonna explain you the first thing that we are going to do together in this new Telegram group. But now let's go here to the charts. First of all, the DXY is pumping here to the upside, which is inherently bad for risk on assets. The reason for that is still fear of retaliation of Israel against Iran after Iran struck Israel 2 days ago. If we are closing above that yellow dotted line, that would confirm a potential W pattern, a distorted W pattern, with a technical target all the way up here at 103 points approximately. And of course, we don't want to see the DXY going that high, because that would put Bitcoin potentially under $60,000. Let's see what's going to happen today. We need a close below that dotted yellow line for a rejection and then continuation to the downside. Otherwise, this bear flag formation will be completely invalidated. And we need to see what's going to happen afterwards. Now, on the ETF inflow side, as expected, yesterday's inflows were also negative, but the outflows are slowing down currently. So potentially today, we will have positive inflows again. And in my opinion, if we have positive inflows today, if this is going to mark the end of the correction, then you should definitely go to Bybit and take advantage of the free $500 airdrop position that you can still claim there by depositing just $100 on any of these coins. You will be able to claim the position. You only need to deposit the $100, go to the rewards hub to claim the airdrop voucher, use the airdrop voucher, and then all the profits belong to you guys. All the money that you make off that position is yours. Only the $500 is the amount that you cannot actually touch yourself. So go to the description and to the link below to take advantage of that. And here's something else. Also, the World Series of Trader is coming back to Bybit. We are starting here in 6 days. So I have created a new squad. Also, the squad link will be in the description below the normal Bybit link for the World Series. No, actually above the normal Bybit link. If you join my squad, you will receive an early bird bonus of $50 if you trade at the same time at least $50,000. That means in volume, not that you have to trade with $50,000. $50,000 worth of volume, then you get a $50 bonus. And we get also a bonus once we are reaching 20 people here on the World Series of Traders. So if you have a Bybit account and you're trading with me together, please join the World Series of Traders with the link in the description below, and let's try to win a chunk here of the $10 million prize pool that are currently available here. Now, when we're going into Bitcoin, correctional phase is still in full swing here. We're now 220 days into this sideways movement, so 8 months of boringness almost. This will come really, really soon to an end. I'm not in any way, shape or form concerned that this will continue much longer than it already does, because it is going on for such a long time now. I believe in the next 10 days we will be above $66,000 here once again, because we never had one of these phases lasting longer than 230 days. So I believe in the next 10 days we're definitely going back up here, and we are getting here on the daily chart already some bottoming confirmations if we close the daily candle as it currently is. We are of course below the super trend ribbon here. Here we need to see a little bit what's going to happen, because we need a reclaim of $62,000 to flip this back into an uptrend. If we get here rejected by today or tomorrow to the downside, then most likely it will completely flip bearish, and we will have an extended bearish phase here with now a higher risk of going below $60,000. Then on the 12-hourly chart, you see here yesterday where I marked out this level here at $60,400. I told you this level needs to hold based on the VPVR. Only if we are holding this, we most likely gonna get the bounce back to the upside. Once this 12-hourly candle closes in 1 hour and 22 minutes, the next one needs to pump here to the upside to confirm that we have here potentially a small rounding bottom, local bottom with a higher low, and getting continuation into the next bigger VPVR cluster here to around $64,500, which will act as resistance once we are coming back up here. As long as we are now holding above $60,500, also here we should not be really concerned, because if we start moving away from this now, even if it's gradually, that would mean that the falling wedge pattern is the rising wedge pattern most likely is not going to play out. Here on this daily chart, when we are looking at the range that we are currently trading in, and I actually should pull this a little bit lower. So this is our current trading range from 74,000 more or less to $53,000 approximately. And what I have seen here is that we are potentially putting in a Wyckoff accumulation schematic. So as you can see here, you have a downwards move. Here we have a downwards move, then you come back up, then you come back down, then you go a little bit zigzag, and then you come back down. And I believe that this down here was the spring here, where you can see that spring test here now. So test, and then here the next. Here's the higher low. This might be the higher low. And then we start going higher. LPS going higher. SOS breakout. We need to watch the next 2-3 days if this is going to be the case here. For today, again, we're not looking too shabby. This could be a tweezer bottom that we are putting in currently. If we get confirmation with a daily close and tomorrow's candle is starting to move here to the upside, I might be inclined to start taking a long position, most likely around, so I'm gonna take a long position from here into the $64,000 level. So there is going to be my first take profit point. I might hold it to trade it into higher levels, but for now, I'm gonna take the first profit, and I'm gonna update you along the way if I keep holding this trade, or if I take some profit, close it completely, and so on and so on. Also in the new Telegram channel, I'm gonna post a lot of charts about this, so you definitely should become a part of that channel. So if the Wyckoff accumulation pattern is playing out, then according to this, we should get over the next 3 days a move back here into the mid-range, approximately next 3 to 5 days. On the 4-hourly chart, also here we're seeing early signs of a bottom, because look at here, all these take profit points based on the MDX algo scalp gradient that we got, and here also completely cooled down on the heating gradient that we are seeing here now, starting a lighter blue candle pushing here back to the upside. The first resistance on the way up would be $62,800 approximately. Also here on the MDX algo reactor indicator, we have completely cooled down and are ready to reverse back to the upside. So also here, I see some bullish indications, price reversing into higher levels here once again. The big question that you might still have is, where is the level where I would buy the dip for my long-term bags? Until what point I would wait for this to actually do that? Really, really easy. You see the daily open for today. the daily open $60,600 would be a good level to buy it, but to be honest, everything below $62,000 is, in my opinion, a gift to buy Bitcoin at these levels. Everything below 62,000. So if you're wondering if you should buy right now for your long-term bags that you don't trade on leverage, then yes, buy now. Buy at 61,400, 862 the last time. If we go lower, also every $400-500 steps, I would buy a little bit until we start moving back to the upside, to dollar cost average your holdings. Now on the liquidation levels, you see now that more and more late short positions are showing up here. You see here 100x, 50x, 100x, 50x. So here's a lot of short positions that have built up over the last 48 hours. They, of course, gonna get wrecked. The 200 moving average held as support as expected. If we would have lost that, that would have been, of course, really bearish for us. But bulls have defended this level, which makes it highly likely that we will move back up to around $63,000 first, which is in alignment with the top side of the EMA ribbon. Usually when we break below the EMA ribbon, we come one time at least back to the top side of the ribbon. There is a high probability to get rejected from it and fall below the ribbon again. But then when we come back up, we break above this and get continuation. So also on the monthly chart here with the liquidation heat map, you see here there is not much to take out anymore on the lower side in terms of liquidity. We would need to go down to $57,000 to tap here into the next biggest concentration of liquidity. It makes definitely more sense to tap now everything what is above us, especially if I go into a higher time frame. You're going to see that. You see here the highest concentrated areas are above us. Here there's like $2.5 billion, $2 billion. So this is already here alone in 67 to $67,250 around. In these two levels, there's already almost $5 billion worth of short liquidations and sell orders placed that we could tap into, and will give us massive fuel to move in direction of $70,000 in the next highest, biggest concentrated liquidity pocket. Now, the lowest hanging fruit would be $65,000 because also there is currently almost $2 billion sitting worth of liquidations. And here, every level that you see in between will act as basically jet fuel to go up there, because every time when we tap into these levels, we should get a nice short squeeze here from 62,500 into 63,000, from 63 into 63,500, 64,000, and then $65,000, which will most likely be the biggest resistance for us, with a also bigger pullback again into the mid $63,000 region before we get continuation to the upside. So, but the way that the liquidity is stacked here, this is like free candy, guys. You know, I see this like free candy. You just need to get up there to get it, and it's going to push us higher and higher and higher with all the the short positions that are going to get squeezed here. The total market cap came back, the total free, to the downward sloping trend line, which is not that bad, you know. So as long as that is holding support, we should get a bounce from here. We need a reclaim of $588 billion to get a proper reversal in altcoins. But I'm going to show you here in a moment that most of the altcoins are setting up right now for a move back to the upside. We got rejected from $653 billion, which is not surprising. I warned you about this, that this was big resistance here from the past, with also being here a big support level. So not really surprising, but I can tell you once we break through this, and we're going to break through this in the next 8 weeks, in my opinion, then you're going to see fireworks in altcoins with massive returns. The Bitcoin dominance is also raging here to the upside. We could reach the top of this rising wedge pattern here to almost 60%. If Bitcoin turns now around and starts pumping like $2,000, $3,000. So don't be surprised if we're going to see that. That would also mean that we are then finally touching the 60% level that we were talking about for quite a while. But again, once we're touching this, I expect a sharp decline back to the downside, and that will most likely mark the start of the real altcoin season that we are so much waiting for. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade altcoins and you don't have any money currently, then at least try to grab $500 that I give away twice per week here with ZoomX. The only thing that you need to do for that is sign up, deposit $100 on ZoomX, and you automatically enter the giveaway. I gave $500 yesterday away. The winner messaged us, so don't worry, we saw you. We forwarded it already to ZoomX. Take advantage of that because I don't know how long they are going to do this. And we need to take advantage of that, you know. So, and I want that you guys get as much as possible out of the exchanges while they're throwing money around. So go and use the link in the description below while you can still have a chance here to win $500. And don't forget, the list is quite short with the people on it that can potentially win $500. So your chances are actually quite good to make it. Now, when we're looking at altcoins, I start with Rune. Rune, again, one of the stronger ones, bouncing back to the upside. We did not even get close to the 200 moving average. Hence why I place here a secondary trade if we move up from here at $4.75 approximately. We are going to enter this to trade this to the $6 mark. That would give us 26.5% return on that specific trade. So why could we reverse from here? Because we put in a pinball candle. The indicators here on the 4-hourly chart start to turn around already. The MACD is losing momentum. Stochastic is potentially putting in a buy signal once we are closing, and the RSI is also slightly turning around. The only problem that I see here is that, of course, this area up here could give us resistance on the way back up. We struggled to stay above that also here a couple of days ago. So I expect here a little bit of resistance when we are getting up there. Or I just see the, I pulled up by accident the line here. So what I'm going to do is when we get up here with that position, I'm not going to take some profit, but I'm going to raise my stop loss to around $4.85, and then I will lean back and see what's going to happen. You know, so if the trade turns against me, I get stopped out. I did not lose any money, not even on the trading fees, because I closed a little bit higher than where I entered. If it wiggles around here and finally turns us into support, continues higher, then we are going to print. If we drop for some weird reason later to the 200 moving average, perfect, then I enter from here, take first profit at $5.07, and then raise the stop loss here to the yellow dotted line, and then continue to trade this also into $6. So this is the game plan that I have for Rune. Then Ethereum moved all the way back down here into this underlying green support zone. That is, in my opinion, a good level to try to take a long position currently, because also here indicators heavily overextended. On the bearish side, the RSI already slowly turning around, and the stochastic will print a buy signal in the next 12 hours, in my opinion, which will bring us back to around $2,500 in the next 36 hours. So quite fast. And we're talking here about then like a 5-6% move to the upside. Yeah, almost 7% move to the upside. So if you trade with like 10x leverage, this is almost a 70% profit move that we can make here with a stop loss at $2,265. Then Solana, I would wait for a reclaim of $140 before I enter here a trade. So of course, a sniper entry would have been down here at $135.65. Here, the only thing that is concerning me a little bit, the MACD is flip-flopping a little bit with the bearishness. Also, stochastic RSI is here intertwined with both lines, and the RSI is still pointing a little bit down. So here we might need another 4 to 8 hours to see the turnaround, and only then, when I get this confirmation, I would be entering into a Solana trade. Phantom also losing a little bit of strength here, to be honest, even though it looks like that we are also turning around here on the daily. Let's look how is the 12-hourly chart looking. 12-hour looks better, guys. 12-hour looks better because we got supported here from the 50 moving average. But still, I would wait for 63 cents before entering here a position currently, and then trade this all the way up into 82 cents. So just wait that we close here above 63.6 cents, at least with a 30 minutes candle. and you see here we are on the way up. That's how I would enter this. If you want to be really, really safe on your entry, then look for a bullish divergence on the 5 or 50 minutes chart before you are entering into a position for a phantom. Then the next one is render. Render, I believe, can still come a little bit lower potentially. Not much, but also here, two scenarios how we are going to play this. If we come down to $5.04, then we are entering from there, because here the 0.382 Fibonacci extension level has not held as support. And therefore, only if we reclaim this, we enter, or if we move lower, then we have here also our entry to trade this all the way back up here to the top of the range at $6.69 approximately. The indicators are looking not all too shabby here on the 4-hourly chart. The stochastic is slightly pointing to the upside, but I also not really a huge fan of being intermingled here with the two lines. The RSI is giving me a little bit hope because it tries to turn around. And also here on the MACD, the current candle is losing momentum. So if we get another lighter red candle where we lose momentum, chances are increasing that we are about to turn around here. Then Fetch got actually 2-hour entry point. So if you entered from here, you should be good on the daily chart, because also here stochastic overextended, RSI about to turn around slightly. On the MACD is kind of still extremely bearish here, but I rather go with the momentum than what the MACD is showing me, because the MACD is usually lagging a little bit behind, and I rather go then with the RSI and the stochastic RSI, what they are showing me. And with today's candle close, we should get a buy signal on the stochastic RSI. The RSI should point to the upside slightly, and that will be then with a reclaim of $1, let's say 45. That would be for me then confirmation that we are potentially forming here a V-shaped recovery back to the upside. And something else I wanted to point out here, guys, many altcoins are positioned the same way, you know. So you see on the daily chart, Fetch is about to bottom out here and flatlining with the stochastic on the bottom. And then when I go here to render, you see the same thing on a 12-hourly chart, Phantom daily chart, the same thing. Solana, if I go to a daily chart, almost same thing. So they're all in alignment, and usually when they're in alignment, it was the same thing when we were close to the top. They were also all in alignment with topping out. Now we are all synced for basically for a turnaround to the upside. So that is giving me hope that we are really close to actually see this happening. Then Telegram, another one here, really close to turn around on a 12-hourly chart. We should print a buy signal on the stochastic RSI. The RSI is not putting in a bullish divergence yet, but we might soon. So if tomorrow's candle goes up and the following candle too, the 12-hourly candle at the same time around tomorrow, that is another two 12-hourly candles. If they go up, then we put in a bullish divergence, and that will then also most likely finally bring us here to the 200 moving average and continuation for our golden cross here that we should get in the next 2 weeks or so. Guys, one more thing that I want to mention on Alpha X. If you're not on Alpha X yet, on Alpha X you still get $100 just for signing up, guys. There are still 43 slots left for people that can claim $100 just for signing up. It's a decentralized platform. If you cannot use Bybit, Binance, or whatever other exchange that requires KYC, sign up on Alpha X. You can just connect your MetaMask Trust Wallet, whatever, and trade on this platform, and you get $100 just for signing up there, guys. No strings attached. Take advantage of that. The link for that is also in this description below and the pinned comment below. And that's it for today's episode already, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit earlier, and don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I hope to see you with more money in Telegram.